I promise.
Yeah. You ready to go?
Should be.
Okay, so it's going to take off like a bullet here.
And we're off.
Yeah. Um, so what did we have? Part 6, yes, right. Let's open part 6 here. So part 6 of our little highlights of the Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke here. As we leave the water gym and chase down this Team Galactic. It is Galactic, yes, Galactic. Grunt.
Yep.
I always get the fucking teams confused. Especially since I think it's the one from Generation 5 or 6. No, it's 6. 6, I think. There is one that has to do a lot with, like, fucking space. Which I know this one does, because, space and time and shit, but...
You're not thinking of Team Plasma, are you?
Yeah, that's the one.
Hmm.
I don't know, I get them all mixed up. Anyway...
I don't remember them having much to do with space, but irregardless.
Yeah. I don't know, I get all the teams mixed up that aren't named Rocket, because that's the only one that matters. But yeah, so we chase him down, get the little fight. Cynthia pretends she's your big sister. And then we have to go do the whole Psyduck thing. Which takes us back to whatever the hell this little town is. I always forget the name of the town. It's like, oh, there it was. It was like Solus? I don't know. Either way, go into the fog route.
Was it Salacian?
I don't remember.
No, I think that's where we're going to.
Yeah, I don't remember. Go to the fog route. Everyone's favorite route, the fog route. I know I praise Generation 4, or more accurately, I praise the only Generation 4 game that matters, this one, as being probably the best Pokemon game. But even being the best Pokemon game is not without its faults, and the Fog Zone is by no means the worst of the offenders. So, we're trying to just get through the fog with as few battles as possible, dropping our auto hits so that we can, avoid having to fight for an extended period of time and rely on the roll of the dice whether or not they hit. And this one gets fucking... So this thing just keeps raising its evasion. So I was just like, your best bet, just go Sword Stance and then pray you hit eventually with Poison Jab, which it, by dumb luck, hit on the first fucking thing after we roided ourselves out to make sure we one-shot it. And then Gale, combination of Paralyze and I think you were confused. No, you weren't confused. I think it was just Paralyze just kept fucking you.
I think someone else gets confused later down the line here.
Yeah.
Oh, no? Okay, maybe a different fight then.
Yeah. I think it was just the Paralyze. I think we got like 4 or 5 Paralyze procs that I wasn't counting, and it's going too fast. I'm not going to go back because I don't care enough. But yeah, you were getting screwed over by the Paralyze.
I think we had like 4 or 5.
Yeah, it was pretty unlucky, whatever it was. And this is where Koryth was trying to find the stairs to go down.
Yeah, once I started going backwards over that bridge, I saw him. But it took me a moment.
Got some good procs on the Thunderbolt there. Yeah, this is the final fog required battle, which I believe Straptor just goes through for us pretty handily.
Yeah.
And then we get to get...
Pretty simple.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We picked up berries. So we picked up some berries here. Yeah, we went through and did the bare minimum on this route just so we could get out of the fog. And then after cruising around town for a little bit, we finally get to the actual, what the hell is it? Cyrus fight. That's his name. And I literally mean cruising around the town.
Yep.
As Koryth tries to
find some fat looking for more items.
So I guess there's also the little shithead guy fight here first, but whatever. That battle hardly challenges them. Even the first Cyrus fight is not too bad. But Cyrus is, by the way, just a spoiler alert for Koryth here, but the Cyrus fights get progressively harder, with the last one being considered one of the harder fights in this game.
I mean, I should hope so, although it's a little underwhelming to beat what is going to essentially be the final boss so early in the game.
Well, he's not really like the final boss. He's one of the harder fights, not the hardest fight. The hardest fight is still Cynthia, but the Cyrus fight is not only considered a run killer, but it's arguably harder than some of the other Elite Four members, depending on, you know, your team composition and just how much information you have going into the fight.
Yeah.
And this is where I was trying to, explain Nightshade to you. Who's that? And then I don't remember why it was we were taking so long to make a decision here after that, but oh, this is the confusion. That's right. Empoleon was the one who got confused and kept smacking himself in the face. But like I said, the Cyrus fight's not too terribly challenging, at least not the first one here. So we'll smash cut to the rival fight, the next big fight in this adventure or this highlights reel. I don't recall this one being particularly challenging for you, although as you can see by our team there in the bottom right, we went in with the team built for the gym leader because I kind of forgot this fight was coming up. Nevertheless, we have Gliscor who can kind of go through pretty much everything that what's his name has to offer, provided we don't start missing completely. Oh yeah, and you were still trying to go poison jab, and I was like, no, he's still not poison type, so he still doesn't stab poison jab.
Yeah, and I think this is where we kind of just went back to if we do hit it, let's one-shot it.
Yeah. Of course, we start missing.
And we missed. Yep, and it's like, oh.
Okay, so I thought we used Gliscor to sweep this fight, but apparently not. I think we just Staraptor sweep. I thought we kind of more or less swept this fight.
Yeah, once we deal with with our Staraptor, we just breeze through because everything else is, I believe, weak against. Because we one-shot this, and then everything else is weak against.
We one-shot that only because of the critical hit, but.
Yes. Yeah, I know. But yeah, that was a 4 times weakness, and then I believe this next one is a 2 times weakness.
Yeah, that's 2 times. Staraptor is very much one of the better Pokemon in Generation 4. It just kind of cleans house here. Oh, yeah, this is where I was like, you would have one-shot it if you just used your most powerful move. And you're like, Aerial Ace? And then here we go.
Aerial Ace is good for priority.
No, it's not a priority even. It's just infinite accuracy.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, there's not much to really show in this gym fight because Machamp just kind of sweeps it. The only thing that would arguably even threaten Machamp to some extent would have been that Magneton, but all it did was opt for a metal sound and then die. So nothing else can really stand up to it. I mean, even this flash cannon it's a flash cannon from a Steelix, which is not going to do a whole lot. Even with the metal burst, as you can see, it didn't even do half damage. Now, obviously, at this point, Machamp was in crit range, but we knew we were faster. We knew we were faster than everything Byron had. Because, well, we were kind of going on the assumption that they weren't going to speed train a bunch of Pokemon that had 30 base speed. Because it wasn't going to help them outspeed much more than arguably Machamp, sadly. I left this in too at the end because we were just going to go get strength, and then we kind of opted like, screw it, let's go get the Lucario egg. Not much happened here. We were initially thinking we were going to stick around long enough to catch the Onix/Steelix. And then in the end, I think we just decided we'll come back for it if we need it type of thing.
Yeah.
Steelix is a pretty decent Pokemon, but we've got we've got Empoleon, which is already a Steel type, and we're going to have to hit I cannot pronounce this right, so forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I think it's like Fuego Ironworks. There's a chance you get Magnemite, which just trounces all other Steel types. So we'll see what happens when we go there. But at the moment, we don't need Steelix, and as useful and as good as Steelix is, it's not like fantastically good. And we've got a pretty solid team. So I figured, sure, fine, we'll give up on trying to hunt down Onyx, and we'll come back if we need it. So we got the little Ace Trainer fight. Not too terribly hard compared to some other Ace Trainer fights. I think the biggest challenge in this one is just the mere fact that you're doing a Dumble battle where you're only in control of one of your two Pokemon. Of course, the Galactic Grunts are barely a threat comparatively to those Ace Trainers. Lucario, just being dead weight, basically. Oh, yeah, and then you were going to walk all the way back out. I was like, no. They provided you a shortcut, don't worry.
What can I say? I love to take the long way. Doesn't matter if it's in a gym or in a cave.
All right, that's part 6.